Good morning, traders. I have just taken a long position here. I'm going for 100 ticks. We have 3 code 1 buy entries on the chart. I'm looking for code 2. Looking for code 2 here. I got 3 buy entries using code 1 on the chart. This is how you use code 1 with code 2. I'm using code 1 for the entry. I'm looking for the code 2 trade for 100 ticks. I got 3 buy entries. In my charting service that I'm going to be starting up, I am going to start teaching this. How you can use the code entries like this. When you get 3 of them together like that, it's a very strong indicator that we're about to go in a certain direction. And right now it's saying up. So, oil has been going down for a long time. And it's due for a correction. I mean, even if it just bounces up, $5 or something, it's still due for a bounce, because it's all it's been doing is going down. And so, I'm looking for the code 2. Don't know for sure if I've got it yet, but I'm going for it here. I'm going to place a break-even stop here shortly. I like to get about 20 ticks ahead. I'll place a break-even stop on it, and I'm going to let it go. And we'll see if I don't have it. If I don't have, if this isn't the right direction and it's going to go back down, that's fine. I just won't catch it today. But if it is going to go up, I got it. And there's nothing going to stop it from me getting it. I'm going to get 100 ticks, possibly even 200 if it really starts shooting up. And it might start really shooting up. And if it does, I'll go for 200 ticks today. If not, 100 should be no problem. I mean, oil can move up 100 ticks like it was nothing. So, but the real key is to know where the entry is. That's the real trick. That's the real key. Where's the entry to go for it? Anybody can go short. Anybody can go long. But can you do it and be successful without getting your stop hit too many times? You keep getting your stop hit, you're just losing money. That's why the code is so good, because the code, if you know how to read it properly, which I teach in my videos, obviously, but I'm going to teach even more so in my charting service. I'm going to put everything I've got into the charting service to teach people, to teach you exactly how to do this mathematically. Because there is a way, mathematically, simple, basic, romper room math. Nothing complicated. 1 + 1 = 2. That's mathematics, right? That's the kind of math I'm talking about. Simple, basic, romper room math. Show you something really quick. Let's go to the 10-minute chart. Zoom out a little bit here on the 10-minute. Now take a look at the 10-minute, okay? Here's your 10-minute chart, all right? Look at where we are here. Once we break that point right there, we're in open territory, all right? And it's just, here, let me show you the daily chart. Here's the daily. Look at that. We've been coming straight down on the daily chart. Look, we're right there at the bottom, starting to make a green line off the bottom right there. And I got 3 code 1 long entries right there. Looking for the code 2 trade. This could be it. I could very well have the bottom on oil right here. I'm not calling it as the bottom because it doesn't really feel like it's the bottom, but it might be. It might be. But definitely good for a bounce. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 ticks up. Good for a bounce. Hopefully. We'll find out soon. But if it's not right, it's not right. The thing about trading is you don't try to predict it like You see these guys on CNBC and they're trying to predict this and trying to predict that. What's it going to do a year from now or whatever. As traders, we don't care about that. We care less. We're not psychics. All we care about is just getting on the right side of the trade. I could care less whether this thing goes up or down. Makes no difference to me. The only reason why I would want oil to go down would be so that everybody's got some cheap gas and, better for the economy. That's the only reason why I would care about it going down. Otherwise, as a trader with respect to making money, it makes absolutely zero difference. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and place a break-even stop on this thing and let it go. Stop's going to be placed at 48.39. Stop 48.39. Stop is in place. Break-even stop is in place. Can't lose on the trade. Now it's just a matter of letting it go. It's either going to continue to go up or it'll come back down and hit the break-even stop. But the way you hit the code 2 trade is to take your best position using the code and to go for it. If it fails, I can always use code 1 again to take short-term entries, 20-tick entries, or 20-tick trades, That's how code 1 works. But otherwise, if this thing is going to continue to go up and it won't come down to this point again, guess what? I've got it. 100% mathematical for sure. I've already got a 100-tick exit on it right now, which I may adjust. If it makes it to that exit here very quickly, I'm going to adjust it. By the way, we just broke the high on the 10-minute chart. We're in free territory here. Free territory. News is pending in less than an hour. News will come out. Today's Wednesday. And we've got our position. I've got my position here. And how did I know to go for it? Like I said, there are 3 code 1 buy entries. I got 3 of them back to back. That's why I took a position. I'm going to pause the video. I'll be right back. It's starting to come down here a little bit, right? And a lot of people would just go ahead and just take the profit. Take it off the table before it starts going down. But guess what? If you want to hit that $5,000 mark or the 100 ticks, guess what you have to do? You have to go for it. How can you hit it if you don't go for it? You know what I mean? And that's what I want to do. I want to hit it. I want to hit the code 2. I want to hit the big trade. And this is how you do it. You can't hit it without going for it. And true, there will be, a good deal amount of time. I don't know what the percentage is, but it'll come all the way back and hit you. And you would have lost out on all that profit. But the only way to hit the 5,000 or the 100 ticks is to go for it. And this could be a 200 tick trade. So that would be 10,000. Only way to hit them is to go for them. Okay, I'm going to read the code here for a second, see which way code 1 is saying to go. I will be right back. For instance, if I started getting back-to-back code 1 entries to go short, I would go ahead and exit the position or even reverse and go short. Start going down. But you can follow code 1 into and throughout your code 2 trades. I wouldn't want to take the first code 1 entry to go short because it might just come down a bit and then go back up again using code 1 entries to go back up. But if I got short, then I'd go ahead and take it, go down. Just like I took the long and went up. Same thing. As you can see, it's threatening to come back down here, but I'm not going to worry about it. Whether it does or whether it doesn't matter. What does matter is that, and what matters to me personally, is that I do not give up on the trade unless there is a reason to do so. You must go for them. Otherwise, you don't hit 100-tick trades. And that's what I want to do. So I'll be right back. It's moving back up here, checking the code. I don't really have an entry yet off the code yet. Off code 1. Still just waiting, but you can see it's moved up a bit. It's moving back down here. But it's still got a lot of potential. Here's the top right there. Just needs to go up and break that top and keep on going, and we'll be in good shape. But it's not just going to do it, you know. In other words, what I'm trying to say is, if you want to hit it, you got to go for it. But I am watching code 1. If it starts giving back-to-back code 1 entries to go short, I'll go ahead and reverse and go short with it. Let me go ahead and watch the code here. I'm going to pause the video. I'll come back. Looks like we got a code 1 buy entry. Now I'm looking for another one to see if we get another code 1 buy entry. Like if it comes up here and gives another entry to go long off code 1, that'll be a really good sign, because it'll take off after that. But if it turns over and it gives a short entry off of code 1, then it could come down. This could be the top up here. So it just depends on what the next entry is going to be, if it'll be a long or a short. But just because it's a short doesn't necessarily mean it'll come down. It could just come down a little bit and then give another long entry and then start long entries again and go up. So, you know, I mean, if I wanted to, I could just play every code and just play it up and down until it goes. But at some point, you have to go for it. You can't just, you know, keep playing at every one. And I caught it early off of 3 code 1 entries to go long, and I'm just holding it. Because when I show you the charting service, see, the charting service really helps me too. But when I show you the charting service, I'll show you how all the big winners always start off that way, with the 3 buy entries back to back, sometimes even 4. And the 4 buy entries are the really big ones. So, you know, we've got a 3 buy entry right here. So this is possibly, very possibly, a good one. This is going to keep going. So whenever you get the math in your favor like that, you got to go for it. You don't have to just go for every trade, but you got to go for it when the math is really in your favor. And right now it is. I'm looking for another buy entry off of another code. If we get it, we most likely have got it. Or I most likely have got it. If it turns into a short, then the math will be reduced a little bit. So we'll see. I'll come back. Okay, it looks like it's getting ready to go. We've got 2 code 1 buy entries now, back to back, looking for a third one. This third code 1 entry could break the chart here and go. This is the second setup. We got 3 code 1 entries to go long on the first setup, and I took it and went long. I'm still long. We've got 2 code 1 entries right now to go long and looking for a third one. Here it goes. It's breaking on the chart. Looking for a third code 1 buy entry. It's going to take off if it does. Come on. It's looking very good right now. Looking for a third code 1 buy entry. Still waiting. Still waiting. If it does it, it's going to launch. Just watch what I'm doing here, you know. I'm going for it here. You know, you can see I'm up big on the profit, right? You always take it and just get scared and go. But if you want to hit the 100-tick trades, the only way you can hit them mathematically is to go for them. True or not true? So you got to be willing to pay the price of being wrong in order to be right a certain period of time. See what I'm saying? Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2, code 1 buy entries. Let me see. 1, 2, code 1 buy entries. Looking for a third. We got it. It's going to launch. It's going to take off now. 3 code 1 buy entries into a code 2 trade. Code 2 trade, mathematically this code 2 trade is probably about running 70% right now that I've got code 2. There's still a possibility that it's not, but I would say it's roughly 70%. It will increase over time. My exit's at 38, so I don't have very far to go to get to my exit. My exit's sitting right up here at 38. So I don't have very far to go here, and I got 100 ticks. How do you make 100 ticks? You go for 100 ticks. It's that simple. You got to know how the code works, code 1. You got to know how code 2 works. You put them both together, and look what you can do. You know, it's not some accident that I just took one trade and got it right. It's not an accident. It's called mathematics. Simple, basic, romper room math. So many people ask me, well, I'm not very good at math, you know. Am I going to be able to do these mathematical calculations? And I, tell them, can you do 2 + 2 = 4? They say, yeah. I say, well, then you can do it. Don't think this is some complicated math. This is very simple, basic math, but it's still math. Does 2 + 2 ever equal 5? No. Does it ever equal 3? No. It equals what it equals, 4, right? It's math. Simple math, but it's still math. In other words, it's precision. It's precise. Now, there is a little bit of objectivity in it, as you can see me figuring things out, and and there's a little bit of risk in it. It could have started giving code 1 short entries and gone back down. And it still could do that. But the way you make 100 ticks is to go for 100 ticks. And there's a reason why it will make it. Even if I only get this right 50% of the time, and 50% of the time I lose 20 ticks, 50% of the time I make 100 ticks, you're going to come out way, way ahead. Just being right 50% of the time. And I can do that almost with my eyes closed. I'm going to pause the video. I'll be back. We're almost to the exit here. I just want to calculate something really quick to see if I maybe want to go for 200 ticks on this one. But I'll be right back. Okay, we're almost at the exit here. Getting close. I'm just going to let it go to the exit. This is a very good possibility that it's going to be 200 ticks today. But I'm just going to let it go to the exit. We've got the news coming out in 30 minutes, or 29 minutes from now. I'm just going to let it go to the exit. I can figure out code 1 from here, and then I can take a precision level trade into the news. And we can go for more. Hopefully it's going to keep going to my exit. I better think about locking something in here. 38, 28, 18, that's 80 ticks right there. What is that? Let me see the code. I'm going to place my stop at 08, just in case. Placing the stop at 49.08, just in case. You want to go for it, but then again, you don't want to be an idiot either. 49.08 on the stop. That gives me 70 ticks. 70 tick profit locked in. You don't want to be, you want to go for it. Okay, I made it up to 31 and my exit's at 38, so I made it 7 ticks from my exit. You don't want to allow a huge profit to just dwindle away because you didn't quite make it. You know what I mean? True, very true. It may come down, hit my exit, and then go back up and hit the original exit, 100 ticks. But what would you rather have? Would you rather lock in 70 and take it for the profit for the day, for sure, or take a chance that it will keep going down? Because it might. It very well might. It's better to lock it in. Once you have the profit, lock it in, no matter what. So a lot of times it'll burn you. Don't care. Would you rather lock in the profit and miss the 100 ticks, or miss all your profit, period? Believe me, you'll feel 10 times worse if you miss all the profit, period. You'll feel 10 times worse than if you miss the 100 and have to settle for 70. There you go. I'll settle for 70 ticks today. But I came 7 ticks away from hitting 100. All it had to do is go up 7 more and I would have got it. Right? The way you make good trades is to go for them, but at the same time, once they get close, don't be foolish and just let them go. We've got the news coming up in 26 minutes. I'm going to go figure out exactly what code 1 is, especially if I can figure out a key. And then I am going to take another trade into the news using a precision level entry into it. And as you can see, it just came down, just got me. Now it's going back up. But listen, I'm telling you, don't kick yourself. Don't even worry about it. Don't let what just happened influence what you do in the future. Just remember, what I'm doing, what I'm showing you, is the best way to play it, in my opinion. If you think you got a better way, that's fine. I'm not going to argue with you about that. Just, I've been doing this for a long time, and I've made the mistakes, and there'll be certain times this thing will come all the way back down, and you don't want that to happen and be holding it, because the more it comes down, the more you won't want to get rid of it, and you just watch all your profit disappear. And then let me tell you how bad you're going to feel. If it goes back up and hits my 100 tick exit, and even goes to 200 ticks, I'll be, you could kick yourself a little bit and say, oh, I should have held it, right? And you'll feel bad about it. But if it comes all the way back down, which it easily could, then you'll really feel bad. So anyway, you can see it coming down now. We've got the news coming up. There's no telling what this thing's going to do for the news. It could jump up and down. I don't really want to be in it while it's doing that. But I'll take a precision level trade off of it using the code into the news, because it could make a big move from there wherever it goes, up or down. Probably go up some more, I bet. So anyway, I'll come back when I'm just demonstrating the power of knowing the codes and trading oil. In my opinion, there's nothing better than oil. But, if oil dies in the future and something else gets hot, gold, whatever, silver, anything at all that gets hot, you can use the code on it and trade it. Trade what's hot. And oil's been hot for 5 years, over 5 years, 6 years. It's been hot, red hot. So, why not trade oil? Okay, I'll be back shortly. Okay, I'm back. The news is going to come out in 20 seconds here. I'm just going to call it a day today. I've got a whole bunch of things I got to do, and I've got to catch up in this business. A lot of people, I got to answer questions. I got sales pending. I got a whole bunch of things I got to do today. There's the news. It just came out. Now it's going to get radical on this news. And see, I locked in that 70 ticks, which was up at 08, right here, 49.08. I locked it in, and you can see where it's at now. That's why, once you've got the profit, don't just let it go. And there's no telling what's going to happen. Never, like I said earlier, as a trader, don't try to be right. I mean, whenever you set yourself up for a prediction, you say, well, I think it's going to do this, a year from now, whatever like that. You're setting yourself up for failure already. I mean, do you want to make a living being a psychic? No. So you play things mathematically, not what you hope will happen or whatever. I mean, that's like gambling or something, or trying to be a psychic or something. I'm sure, you might be right, but you might be wrong. What are you going to do if you're wrong? Do you see what I'm saying? As traders, we don't care whether it goes up or down or whatever. We don't care. It makes no difference. All we care about is being on the right side of the trade. When you're on the wrong side of the trade, you cut your loss short. When you're on the right side of the trade, you make a big trade. As you can see, this thing is going down here big. Just imagine if I was still holding it. Bye-bye profit. All because what? Because I wanted to hit a big trade and get 200 ticks or something, or make my 100 ticks. It didn't quite make it, did it? It came 7 ticks away. So what am I supposed to do? Just hold it while it goes down? No. Always lock in profits. At the same time, how did I get to 70? By holding it. Letting it go. If it came down and broke me even, then it broke me even. But believe me, there will be a lot of times where I'll hit that 100 ticks right there. And I would have made 100, be up at 5,000 instead of only the 70. But I still locked it in. I'm just trying to teach you, the best way that I know of to trade. Everybody's got a different technique. Everybody goes about it differently. But I didn't just come up with this technique. This evolved over time. Where I learned from my mistakes, and I said, well, why do you do it like that? Why don't you just do it like this? Yeah, you'd be wrong a certain percentage of the time. But if you just keep doing it like this, it'll save you from all your losses. It'll help keep your winners. It'll let you have even bigger winners. It'll do everything right. Won't do it perfectly, but it'll do it right for the most part. The way you come out ahead every day, day in and day out. Sure, you could have did it better yesterday, could have did it better today, could have did it better tomorrow. But overall, you come out ahead. Consistently, without ever having these bad, Like, for instance, there was times where I would hold it, and it'd come all the way back down to me like that, and then I'd just be hoping it'd go back up, and then it didn't, and then, all my profits gone. Or even worse, break even on the downside, and then it'd shoot back up, and just like, you just feel horrible, feel like so stupid. Or if you just take the profit, lock it in, you can walk away for the day if you want. Like right now, I'm going to walk away for the day. Not that I can't trade and take the code, I can, but today's a good day to walk away because I got a million things to go do and catch up. I'm also going to leave later today and go to a few different appointments. So I'm really busy. But that won't last forever, and I'm going to settle in and start trading and mixing it up every day. And really show off the trading big time. But today just isn't a good day for that. I also have to set up my new setup. I've got an 8-monitor setup to set up, and a new desk and everything. The desk is coming today. So I've got a lot of work to do. Anyway, I am going to get going. I only took one trade today. It was code 1 entry off of 3 code 1s to go long, using or finding the code 2. I held it. It turned into a code 2 trade. It almost made 100 ticks. It has now turned around off the news. And, I would need to know the code 1 from here to know which way it's going to go. I no longer can track it via code 2. I don't know which one is the code 2. So I would have to use code 1 on it now to be able to find the code 2 and take a successful entry into this trade. I haven't had the chance to track it yet. I've got some phone calls. I've got emails. People are buying, my product because, you can see the effectiveness of it. So I got to take care of them. And, I'm really busy. But I'm here to help people. help people learn how to do this for themselves. And it's, you know what? It's not that hard. It's not rocket science. And with my new charting service, that's going to help even more. So if those of you who are struggling and really want to study this, get the charting service. I'm going to give 2 weeks away for free. If you can't afford it right now, whatever, get it for 2 weeks for free. It'll really help you in your trading. Then later, maybe you can afford it, and then you can just subscribe to it, and I'm going to teach you on a non-stop, never-ending basis how to track, follow, and profit from the codes. Both codes. So anyway, I'm going to get going for the day. Hope you traders, code traders out there are doing well and are learning from these videos that I am posting up here. How to find and catch the code 2 using the code 1 entry, and how to play the trade, lock it in, take the profits. Just because I was right there and it's coming back down doesn't necessarily mean that what I did was right. But I'm telling you from experience that what I did was right. But there'd be many times when it'll keep on going and it'll kick you, and you wish you hadn't have gotten out. Many times it'll do that. Well, like I said, it's better to let it kick you like that than let it kick you down here. Because if it kicks you down here and you don't make anything at all, that's when you'll be very unhappy. So it's better to do this than and miss the big one than it is to miss everything. You learn that through experience. And you can learn it through my experience. And that's why I'm here teaching and helping. Also, we had the news coming out, and the news is naturally going to make it do something radical one way or another. So, you got to be careful of that. As you can see, it's going down. Let me see if I've got code 1 entries. Well, I don't know exactly what the code is. I don't know if there's a key or not. So actually, if there was no key, I wouldn't know what it was yet. No entries. So, but I do have an entry previous on the chart, so I could have went short if I'd wanted to many times using the code 1. So for you aggressive traders out there, you got the system to trade with that. Let's see. Let me see the entries here. We've got 1, 2 code 1 short entries. So you did have a chance to get in going short. Anyway, I'm going to get going, wrap it up for today. Take care out there, traders. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll be back every day. I'll be starting a code charting service up. And by next Monday of next week, it'll be ready to go. You can sign up for 2 weeks for free. And you can really learn from this code. I'm going to teach the code on a whole new level. I had about, I'm not sure exactly, but 50 or more subscribers to my code service last time. And people really liked that service a lot. But this new service, I'm going to take it to a whole new level. We're going to times that by 10. And I'm going to teach, I'm going to label, I'm going to classify all the different codes, and we're going to teach what to do on each specific code. I'm going to teach exactly how to handle that code, how to identify it, so that you know what code we're dealing with, and then what's the name of it, and then how to deal with it. This is going to really help you be able to take the code trading to a whole new level. As you can see, we're getting a dropout here on oil. It's just going straight down on the 10-minute chart, which you're not seeing. It's just a 1 minute you're looking at, but it's going straight down on the 10-minute. And so, locked in the profit though, didn't I? Anyway, there's a lot of money to be made in this market. A lot of money. And when I start trading every day, I'm going to show that to you. And you are going to be flabbergasted. I just haven't geared up quite ready, and my system isn't ready yet. I'm working with a 2-monitor system right now, and I'm going to have an 8-monitor system shortly. So I'm gearing up to trade full-time coming out of retirement. And I'm going to go for making the big, big money. So anyway, you guys can learn from me and come along for the ride. Help you make your money too. Okay, I gotta go. Take care out there, traders, and I will see you tomorrow. Happy trading.